Dakota Johnson broke up with Chris Martin after 8 years of engagement. But why? Well, the truth lies in their love story itself. It all began in 2017 when Dakota and Chris were seen together for the first time at a sushi restaurant in Los Angeles. As you can see, both Chris Martin and Dakota Johnson are full of smiles. A reporter who was present there at the restaurant told that Chris was flirting with Dakota. Fans were eager to know whether they were dating or not, especially because Dakota was single at the time. 6 months earlier, she broke up with her previous boyfriend, Matthew Hitt, who was also a musician like Chris. But Chris Martin was not single at all. In fact, he was married to actress Gwyneth Paltrow for 10 years, but 3 years ago he broke up with her. After that, Chris was linked to many girls. Just a month ago, Chris was linked with actress Annabelle Wallis. Things started to get confirmed a month later when Dakota attended Chris's concert from a VIP box in Argentina. When the concert got over, Dakota and Chris went together for dinner. Now it was confirmed that they are really dating. However, by that time, neither Dakota nor Chris had officially confirmed their relationship. This is because Dakota Johnson wants to keep her relationship simple and private. She does not want the whole world to comment on her relationship. When Dakota's mother was asked about Chris, she said, "I adore him." When the new year came, Dakota and Chris were seen together once again. This time, they were taking a walk in Los Angeles. Now was time for official confirmation. When Dakota gave the interview for Tatler magazine, she confirmed her relationship with Chris. She also said that she was very happy with Chris. But when she was asked in detail about this relationship, she refused to answer. Now, since the relationship was publicly acknowledged, Dakota had no reason to hide their relationship. Therefore, when Thanksgiving Day came, Dakota showed her big heart and invited Chris' ex-wife, Gwyneth Paltrow, along with their kids. That night, the whole family celebrated together. However, this did not go well. Just a month later, Dakota broke up with Chris. At the time, it was reported that their 13-year age gap was the reason behind their breakup, but it was not true at all. Actually, Chris wanted to expand their family. He was ready for one more child. But Dakota refused to bear any children, especially because her career was gaining momentum and she wanted to focus on her career. But Chris was not at all happy with this idea. Fortunately, they came back together just after a few months. It is said that Chris's ex-wife, Gwyneth Paltrow, played a huge role in their patch-up. Even after being the previous wife of Chris, she supported Chris's relationship with Dakota Johnson. In December of 2020, Dakota Johnson was spotted with a large emerald ring. This sparked the speculation that Dakota and Chris were engaged. However, later on, it was revealed it was not true. In fact, Dakota said that they had been engaged for years now, but Dakota and Chris kept it a secret from the public eye. When they were asked about getting married, they replied that they are in no hurry to get married. 2 months later, in January 2021, Dakota and Chris decided to move in together. Therefore, they purchased a lavish house in Malibu and also adopted a dog. At one point of time, they were in so much love that Chris made a public declaration during a concert where he referred to Dakota as his universe. He said, "This is about my universe, and she's here." Unfortunately, this love was not meant to last. Just a month later, it was reported that Dakota and Chris had decided to end their relationship. The problem started when Chris signed for a world tour of 3 years with Coldplay. Due to this, he was constantly busy traveling and was not giving any time to Dakota. On the other hand, Dakota was also getting high-profile roles. But the most unfortunate thing was despite getting engaged 5 years ago, they did not marry. If they would have married, the story would have been different. In June 2025, Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin officially confirmed their breakup. It was sad to know that after nearly 8 years, they have broken up. After the breakup, Dakota dropped her ring, and Chris publicly endorsed it at his Las Vegas concert. Let's see what happens next. Thanks for watching.